Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene unleashing on House Speaker Mike Johnson. She's accusing him of caving to Democrats and risking a government shutdown over spending cuts. Now, Greene had warned of weak Republican men that are too scared to stand firm against strong Republican women like her. It's getting her a lot of admiration from Democrats. Well, she spoke to the Washington Post this week about the divide, and it includes not just the government shutdown, but the call to release more files on Jeffrey Epstein. Let's bring in our left-right panel to weigh in on where we are. On the right, she is the president of the National Federation of Republican Women, Ms. Julie Harris. And on the left, editor-in-chief of the National Memo, Joe Conason. So Marjorie Taylor Greene's becoming sort of the hit on the left here, Joe. Do you think that's something that will linger, that will stay? And are you also becoming a fan of hers?
I'm afraid I can't go that far, but I do have to say I agree with some of the stuff she's said recently, particularly about the shutdown. I think she's right to defend her constituents' interests in the matter of the ACA subsidies and Medicaid, which is what she says she's doing against the leadership of her party, which doesn't seem to want to deal with that. So there, I do agree with her. And as far as the Epstein files are concerned, I mean, many of the members of the Republican Party, including the president, ran on a platform of releasing those documents and all of that information, and then went back on it when they felt it would embarrass the president. So, you know, she stuck to her guns on that, and that's also admirable. And she's right that as far as the men in her party are concerned, including the speaker, they knuckled under to Trump on this, all of them except a few, and are continuing to do that, with Speaker Johnson actually refusing to swear in a new member because he's afraid of her vote on that issue.
It's really interesting. I don't think the infighting is a good look for the GOP, Julie. And obviously, you know, the Schumer shutdown, as the Republicans call it, isn't really necessarily related to health care, because they had no problem passing the clean CR in March, and they have until December. So I don't know. Marjorie Taylor Greene, obviously she's a firebrand. She's out there. I want to play just a clip right now, though, of Letitia James, because she is saying that, you know, she's innocent. She was recently indicted for mortgage fraud, and she teamed up with Mandami last night to make these comments to the world.
You see, I know what it feels like to be attacked for just doing your job, and I will not bow. I will not break. I will not bend. I will not capitulate. I will not give in. I will not give up.
You know, she campaigned on getting Trump. You know, now, you know, as we say, no one's above the law. There's an interesting published report now. When it comes to mortgage fraud, there's reports that Letitia James' niece lives in her Virginia property, has had run-ins with the law, has been actually classified as a fugitive from North Carolina. Nakia Thompson's her name, and she's been living at the property since 2020. And, you know, obviously this is something that the grand jury is going to be hearing and looking at. Julie, she's out there saying she will not give up, but I don't know. She's going to have to get strong lawyers here if some of this stuff comes to light.
Look, she says no one's above the law, and that means her as well. You're right. She has weaponized her office for years against President Trump, and she herself has now been indicted and is accused of bank fraud. And those who are defending her say, well, everyone does it. Everyone does not do it. Everyone does not have two homes in two different states where they're claiming it as their primary residence. And now to see this about her family living there, her niece, this is just political fanfare in hopes that public pressure will get her off. But as she has said, no one's above the law.
I just have about a minute, and I do want to get another story in, Joe, because we've been watching.
Okay, well, I would love to comment on that, because in fact, the existence of the niece in that property tends to prove that the accusation of mortgage fraud is wrong, because the niece is a member of her family, and it's clear that she did not use the property as a rental property, which is what Lindsay Halligan has accused her of doing. That information, in fact, was withheld from the grand jury that indicted Letitia James. She was indicted in a different grand jury than the one where that evidence was presented. So I think there's more of a problem here than you believe in terms of her indictment.
She was saying this was her primary residence, and that's the fraud.
Well,
No,
we're really
well,
tight
it's
on
not
time.
true
I
that
just,
that's a fraud.
I just want to put, I want to get to one.
Okay.
I just want to get to one more thing because so much emotion. The hostages
Sure.
have been released, and there's still the bodies that they are saying we are waiting. Governor Gavin Newsom posted this. It was a White House post about peace through strength, and then he puts up the Dumb and Dumber movie image here. Joe, I mean, we're 24 hours less than a very historic, momentous day in the Middle East. What would you say to Gavin Newsom's press team, or if it's him actually approving that message here?
Well,
Do you think that's funny?
No. Politicians put up a lot of silly things on social media on both sides. I wouldn't endorse that one at all. I would say that part of the complaint here is that Democrats haven't praised President Trump enough, which is hard to do. It's hard to praise him enough, I understand. But there have been plenty of Democrats who have welcomed this ceasefire and hope that it works out as the president
I just
is
wanted to
promising
stick
it
to
will.
that image. Yeah, no, you don't endorse the image, Julie. I'd give you 10 seconds here, and then we got to wrap it up. But I'll have you guys back. I thought it was pretty disgusting.
Absolutely. I mean, the world witnessed power and strength of President Trump when they saw the hostages reunited with their families. It was a powerful image.
And I think powerful image that was the reaction as well. So we know tweets usually never die. Julie, Joe, come back and see me soon. Good to see you both.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.